Happy Thursday, everybody. Let's do an end of market update and I will go through, let's go through crypto first and then I'll go through other questions you guys might have and then we'll go through traditional market later on. And this is BTC futures. If I go to daily chart, I warned everybody that this gap is going to be filled. Uh, you can comment below if you listen to me and then you saved your investment. You can comment below and let me know. I will be really happy to know. Bitcoin, you can see it keep dumping. Even yesterday live, I told you guys, you see all these gaps. 90% of these gaps will be filled. Okay, so one gap is at 39,405, 34,155, 29,740, 26,295, 2155. All these gaps will be filled. All right, and then I do think you can see it says divergence here, new high, and then lower momentum. Okay, so Bitcoin, I think, looks like it wants to come and fill this gap now around 39,405. That looks like a given. Ethereum is holding pretty strong compared to Bitcoin, but this is a support zone around 23,000. So it looks like it could come down and test this support. All right, so around 2200 is a good support, but if it breaks that, then 1850 is next better support for Ethereum. All right, so keep an eye on this gap. Nothing changed. So yeah, I think we're going lower. And I want to see divergences. I want to see higher high on RSI, like how price was going higher. I was seeing lower high. I want to see a reversal of that, okay, to be bullish again. All right, so let's quickly do a gap analysis on traditional market S&P 500. Let's see what happened today. All right, this is 1 hour chart, and you can see yesterday there was a gap here. And if you watched my video yesterday, I was telling you guys this gap will be filled, and today they just gapped up and filled this. And then the only issue, okay, the gap at the bottom is also filled, so there's no gap. All right. And let's see if I zoom in. Is this a gap or I'm just forcing a gap? So I just want to make sure I don't intentionally make a gap for no reason. But there is like a little bit of gap, right? It's like hardly a gap, but a little bit of gap. I'll leave it here because just for the, uh, just for, just to keep it here, just for the fact I don't want to lose it. Okay, so S&P 500 is almost close to a high. Let's quickly do gaps on most of the stocks. Triple Q's gap up. There was a gap here. I told you guys yesterday it's going to be filled. Then they did a gap up, and now there's a gap down. So again, this gap will be filled at some point. I don't know when. So a gap here around 407, gap here around 397. There are no gaps, new highs. All right, new highs on Triple Q, but still a divergent high. All right, so you gotta be careful there too. And then let's look at other indices. Dow Jones, no gap. IWM, okay, this gap down is filled, so I can delete this. So even Russell is filling the gaps, and there are a couple of gaps at the top side. Let's look at some major indices and stocks. Tesla again, red. I don't know. Everything is green, and Tesla just keeps dumping. But you can see what's happening. Keeps making lower highs, and then RSI keeps making higher highs. So there's a divergence building, momentum is building, and it's going to be an explosive breakout whenever that happens. All right. So anyhow, we'll do a quick analysis daily chart soon. So 1 hour Tesla no gaps and UNH again gap down. So let's add some gaps. There was I think Humana or something, another insurance company said higher medical costs, so it's just dumping and they tried to recover throughout the day. All right, so let's keep looking at anything else interesting. Uh, Sector, I don't want to do it right now. Gold miners, again, kind of flat, green, but a couple of gaps down, one gap down, all these gaps up. Let's quickly look at Apple, massive pump, 3.26%, left a gap. So now there's a gap to the downside. If I zoom in, so I'm going to mark bottom gaps as green, and this all that it just went above two gaps. All right, these gaps will be filled at some point. Now there's a gap up, gap down. Looks like they want to fill this top gap first. All right, and Apple will drive market. Amazon, you can see this gap is filled, so I can delete it. Always gaps do get filled. Meta, Facebook went higher on a gap up, so I'm going to mark it at green. Microsoft also gapped up, so mark it as green here. Google also, this gap is now gone to the downside. Top gap is just it and it gapped up, so let's mark this as green. Netflix, no gaps here. Nvidia, this gap is not there, no gaps here. AVGO, massive gap up. Massive gap. This stock does not want to stop, just keeps pumping higher and higher. I don't know when it's going to stop. AMD, no gaps. Intel. Okay, I'm not going to go through all stocks for gaps. So these are some major stocks. So let's quickly do a daily analysis on major indices. S&P 500. Let's go to daily chart and uh, let's add moving averages here, and let's add PPO. PPO. Here you go. I think this is the indicator. Yeah, there you go. We can keep this one here. And let me actually, I'm gonna put this, yeah, it is favorites, and then let's quickly make some changes here. I want to do green line and then red line. I want to make it red like this here. All right, let's save it as default, then okay. All right, so now we have all the indicators we need. All right, so S&P 500, oh shit, what am I doing? Kept adding some gaps here. Okay, hold on. There you go. I think all these are gaps. So let me quickly hide this and double check. I think on 1 hour chart, all these should be the gaps. So gap here, gap here, gap here, gap here, gap. Is this a gap here? Slight gap here. Okay, so yeah, they are all the gaps. So yeah, so we can go back to daily chart. Okay, S&P 500 very close to new high, so it's gonna go to new high soon. So I think it's progressing. So I think tomorrow could be a new high. So and then if I add moving averages, it's above all moving averages now. All right, so you can see S&P 500 is above all moving averages, and which is good news. And let me see if the uh, white line is EMA. I want to make it SMA here. Okay, so I'm gonna make it as save as default. And this one also we can make it SMA green line, and let's save as default. Okay, here you go. All right, so this is better. Okay, so it's above all white line, all moving averages, so which is very bullish. Now, however, we're trying to make a new high, but with divergence. You can see RSI lower highs, PPO lower high, and still green line is not above red line. So still we got to be a bit careful, but it can still keep going higher. Um, and yes, sure, it can go higher and it can still keep divergence there. So just be careful. Even if it makes a new high, it's going to be divergent high. So just be careful. Now, only thing is this area here around 455, we will come at some point. I don't know when, because we broke out. We never back tested it. So just be mindful of that. Triple Qs made a new high. So congratulations, whoever is holding triple Qs, gap up, massive gap up. Now the gap is left around 407, and also you can see green line is about to cross red line, still haven't crossed yet, and you can see it made a new high, still divergent high. RSI is still making lower high. So if it keeps going higher, this divergent will eventually burn, but until that's burned, we have to be careful. All right. Let's look at Dow Jones. And Dow Jones also now facing resistance on this white line, which is this 20 simple moving average. Now it's trying to break out of that. Let's see if it can do it tomorrow. Maybe it's possible. But if it wants to fall all the way down, 354 is the gap fill, and IWM. So I'm pretty bullish on IWM this year. Not so much on triple Qs because tech is gone. So I think there will be a rotation at some point to small caps. So you should be looking to buy IWM on all the dips, all right, in my opinion. And I think it's finding support here on this red line, which is 50 daily simple moving average, and it can bounce from here to fill these couple of gaps, 192 and 198. Okay, so Tesla, uh, if I add this algo here, this is like a Lux algo. You can see what it's telling me. If I hide this moving average because it's below all moving average, that's okay. But you can see what it's telling me. It gave me a cross sign. Every time it gives a cross sign, it's near the bottom. You see cross sign here near the bottom. And also this arrow here, it gave me yesterday arrow and today we still went down. That's okay. Sometimes it gives you an arrow like here a couple of days early and still goes down a bit and then bounce. So arrows are like near bottom, all right? So it is giving me an arrow here and I think it's very close to the bottom. I just wanted to show you that before I do. Uh, and then you can see all these yellow lines are the gaps to fill. And if we do decide to, if Tesla decides to bounce from tomorrow, it can, first gap is around 3 points, almost 4% away. It can keep going higher, 16%. is all the gaps there. And also there's a gap near new all-time high. I think that's gonna be later, but still 16% pump is possible. So I think this is a great time to buy Tesla as a long-term holder. I would recommend everybody to buy Tesla right now here. I did buy as well today. I'm willing to hold. It's a stock, so let's see. I will be selling at 246. All right. Okay. Gold holding support nicely. So came around 2000 area. So this is a nice support here. If you want to draw a box here, this whole area will act as a support. So came to the oops. So came to the support area here and bouncing, and that's what I'm expecting. I think gold is now getting ready to make a new high. Silver also came, touched this support line and now bouncing. So this is perfect time to buy silver. Crude oil bouncing, so good. It's bouncing from this nice area here, nice consolidation. This whole area, if I try to draw a box, you can see so much data here. So now it's bouncing from here, nothing changed, all right? CNQ gap down again, couple of gaps to filter top side. So if you're bullish on oil, you can buy these two. And let's move on to other commodities. Dollar doing a flag. Let's see if it breaks down, comes here. That will be a support area, but still making a flag. It can still bounce from here. So dollar is just flat. Natural gas looking for lower prices, new lows with some divergence. So looking for new lower prices. I already covered Bitcoin. Looking for a couple of gaps. All these green lines are the gaps to fill. Uh, this is Toronto Stock Exchange looking for some pump to fill a couple of these gaps to the top side. Hang Seng Index. Again, keep going down. Wait for this trend break line, white line. Uh, Now RSI has momentum, but PPO there's no momentum, so very bearish news. Actually, there is some divergence. You can see here if you want to draw an arrow. If you can draw an arrow like this, you can see there is divergence still on PPO. RSI is still divergent, so good time to buy, I think, Hang Seng Index. But if you want to be conservative buyer, wait for this white line to break. All right. What else is here? Let's quickly look at commodities. Wheat near support, corn new lows, still divergent low. Also, corn is giving me arrows here, so good time to buy. Wheat is giving no arrows yet. Actually, let's quickly look at Tesla. I missed that. Tesla is also, you can see, very oversold. You can see it dark red. You want to sell where it's green. Now it's showing me dark red, so which means we're very close to bottom. UNH, biggest healthcare, also pumping couple of gaps to the top side. It can still go and fill those gaps. All right, I think sugar bouncing. This is a V-shaped recovery. Got a buy signal. You can see arrows here. We're very close to bottom, just bouncing. Very nice. Soybeans also gave me a arrow here yesterday, and then it's just consolidating. Also a good time to buy. SOYB is the ETF if you want to trade soybeans. All right. That's about it. These are some major stocks which I wanted to talk about. Apple. Gap down, gap up, right in the middle. I don't know which way it's going to go if it comes back down. This looks like a double bottom. Okay, one bottom to second bottom just bouncing, and the target could be this gap filler and 191. So Apple can still go higher. All right. So if Apple goes higher, that's going to be a new all-time high on Apple. All right. VIX, I told you it's going to come down to fill these gaps. 1 hour chart, you can see coming closer to filling this gap. Still, it's going to go down, fill a couple of these gaps, so that's going to be bullish for S&P 500. So I think we are looking for new highs on S&P 500 SPY, and I think until end of January, it's going to keep going higher. Okay, keep dragging higher, and then we'll get a pullback. So I'm thinking um, it's going to keep going higher, drag higher until end of Feb, and then we get a pullback. All right. So uh, this is my base case on S&P 500. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Let's see if you guys have any question. Not here. Let's go to TikTok and see who we have here on TikTok. I'm ready for questions. I have a few minutes, so I'm going to go through your questions and then let's try to answer. Uh, where do the post most so we can follow? So send tacos. You can. It's on YouTube. There's a link on of the YouTube on my profile. If you go to my profile, there's a YouTube link. Just click on it and you can sign up. It's free to subscribe. You can watch my videos. I post daily videos there. So go to YouTube. You can. I think. where do I'll try to show you if I can find my YouTube. Like if you watch any of my videos, it will show you even on my TikTok profile. Let's just put a random video here. Uh, Join this channel. Uh, uh, how do I do this? Let's go to your channel. I think should be here probably. About, oh, here you go. This is the link. Copy link. Let me type here. Yeah, subscribe here. All right. But you can see I post daily videos here. I go live. I post a pre-market video and even other days here. Okay, so you can get your info there. All right. I'll do that. Can you chart DocuSign? What do you think of that stock? Okay, DocuSign. Let's see. DocuSign. DocuSign. DOCU. Wow, what a chart. Okay. Couple of let's start with some of the gaps first. I don't see any gaps. Wow, nice chart. I don't see any gaps here. Uh, there's a gap right at the bottom here, but I don't think that's going to happen soon, anytime soon. And there's also another gap here. Uh, However, if I go to the upside, if you want to look at these upside gaps, uh, there's a gap here, the yellow, and then there's a gap here. So this is a massive gap here. So let's go to daily chart. What did I do? Is this daily chart? That's it? Okay. Let's go to weekly chart. Wow, what a dump, man. From 260, it came all the way down. So you can see what was happening on weekly. This was a massive pump and then we came down and then we made an equal low and then RSI was making higher low. Okay, you can see price was making lower low, RSI was making higher low, PPOs was making higher low. So momentum was building and now it looks like we are breaking out. So let's go to daily chart. So on a daily chart, we have some resistance here where we are right now. Now there's a gap all the way around $86, but there is a big resistance on this area where we are exactly right now. Okay, if we can draw it red, maybe make this red. See this whole area, it can even extend it a little bit. This area like this. Okay, this is a massive resistance, not going to be easy to break. You can see we came here around 2020, June 2020, then again here around February 23, again came here on June 23, again now near resistance. Okay, now also the other thing you can see, we just made equal low. This is double top. Okay, we made an equal high and you can see RSI making lower high, PPO making lower high. So I think it needs a little bit of cool down, and if it does cool down, your next support is here, this whole area here, right? You can make it green. So that's going to be next entry because it broke out. Looks like it broke out, came back, again trying to do that. So if it pulls back, because there's divergence, it's telling me it's going to go lower. So if it pulls back, try to buy again $53 and then maybe it will try to go higher after that. All right. Right now it's near major resistance. So I would be taking profits if you are in profits. I'll be looking to take profits. Let's try to add some of the indicators and see how they are doing. And it gave me a buy signal a couple of days ago. Could be a flag as well, but let's go to 1 hour chart. You can see 1 hour is giving me a sell signal here, all right? So when it comes to around 52 bucks, look to buy, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. SWVL, SWVL. Where do you guys know? Where do you guys get all these crazy charts, man? It's unbelievable. Oh wow, what is this freaking stock? Oh my God, this is what a dump. Went from 285 to $4. Oh man, I feel the pain. Whoever got got this. Um, oh wow, man. Just a massive pump from 0.71 to this. Looks like a penny stock. I don't know what the hell is this shit. Let's go to weekly. Can't even chart it. How do I chart this? Uh, if I zoom out, looks like it's near a bit of resistance here. This whole area, not able to cross that. Right, this whole area. Look where it is, near resistance. But the good thing is I don't see any divergence. So I think it's gonna go again. Try to, if I bring in moving averages, um, try to I think hide these some of the simple moving averages, 200 and this. That's gonna probably help. Or let me add and see. So it's finding resistance right near this. See this light blue line? This light blue line is 200 EMA, okay, 200 exponential moving average. This 200 average. So it came near, gone down, not able to cross above that. Okay, so this is acting as a dynamic resistance. So your next buy signal will be a close above this EMA. So you can draw this 200 EMA on your chart. Wait for this to close above that. Whenever that close, that's your next buy signal. For now, just it's just selling down, so it's going, and it's actually it's below 10 moving average, so it can even go lower to 2.83 on this white line. That's your next support also. Okay, so if it comes here, it could be trying to go above that, and also you can see PPO green line is trying to close below red line. So that's the other thing. So if it closes below red line, that's going to be also bearish, all right? Also, you got this red arrow on this chart, on this algorithm, so it's telling you it's time to sell. So be a bit careful, and then you can see light green line. That's meaning it's very, very overbought and good time to take profit. So now you want to see red, okay? You want to buy when it's red. You don't want to buy when it's green. You want to sell when it's green. So all the indications are telling me it's very, very overbought. So wait for a cool down. Wait for it to find a support on these, some of these areas you can draw. This is 20 moving average, simple moving average. This is 50 EMA, 50 SMA. So it will find support on one of these lines, and then it will try to bounce again, and then wait for it to break this 200 EMA to get bullish again. All right, that's it. Okay, anybody else have anything before I hang up? This is your opportunity. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Let me see if YouTube, Roku, Zach, let me check Roku for you. Let's see, Roku. Here you go. Let me hide these moving averages. Roku, Roku. Very, very overbought here and then getting a cool down. Very good. I like this chart. You can see why I like it, because price is making lower high, but RSI is making higher high. Okay, you can see lower high, lower high, lower high. RSI is making higher high, higher high. PPO is not showing me that, but RSI is showing me divergence. So it's building momentum. Okay. Now, in order to trade this, how you have to wait for this trend line to break. Okay, you can draw a trend line like this, something like that. All right, you can extend this. Wait for a break of this trend line. Okay, and then if I add moving averages and then this algo, and then yeah, so okay, let me hide this algo for a bit. So if I add this moving average, you can see it's finding support near 200 EMA, which is very good area to buy. So there's 200 EMA around 80, then 74.84 is 200 SMA. So it's finding support here. You have to wait for this trend line to break to buy Roku again, okay? Until that happens, be a bit careful. Also, just remember there's a big gap here. So earnings are coming February 15th. Wait for a breakout. So if it breaks out, then that's your buy signal. If not, then on earnings day, it could come and fill this gap, okay? But for now, build momentum is building. No buy signal yet. Just wait for this trend line to break out. All right. Okay, that's it, man. Okay, TikTok guys. All right, if nobody have any other question, guys, I'm gonna hang up today and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day and have fun. Bye.